Alright, so I got a few things going here. One thing I made last night, and I'm going to share that with you, and then I got some stuff that I'm preparing. So there's a few different things here. Some I'm going to eat, some I'm not. So let's start with what you see here. So I made this last night. This is a very similar version to the brown gravy that I have on the internet, on YouTube. This is what I made it with last time. This time I used both of them. I used the pinto and that just for a slight flavor difference, and not too much of a color difference, maybe a tad. And I did it with garlic again, and this time parsley. I had a whole bunch of fresh parsley in the garden. I mean, it's growing like a giant bush, so I've been trying to give it away and use it to the best of my ability. So it's garlic, the 2 beans, organic, salt, pepper, and a little olive oil, and it's just processed in the processor. I put the liquid, what's left of the liquid in there. I put that in as well. You get it to whatever consistency you want. I would make it as liquidy as you can in the processor because the beans tend to thicken up. What else am I going to tell you about this? All right, so they're in a can, not in a bag. Why? Because the bags are not recyclable, and they'll go in a landfill or in the water or something, and it's just not good for the environment or the animals or anything. And the can is at least, they say around 77% recyclability. Not only that, it's just a little bit simpler as well. So what else can I say about the gravy? So it's just the beans, the salt, the pepper, the parsley that's fresh, organic, and non-GMO from seed that I grew, and a little bit of olive oil in there. And that's it. You just process it up. It's a really, really good gravy. And you can do it any way you want. So like last time, the gravy had sage in it, which was really awesome. Next time, I'm going to make it with fresh rosemary. So now over here, I got what I'm going to do is the meat gravy. The meat. Hold on one second. All right, so I got this meat crumble. The meat crumble is actually supposed to be a vegan tuna. It doesn't really taste like a vegan tuna. It has like a meaty taste. I don't know. I tried this stuff years ago called seitan in a vegan package. It was pretty good, like meat-wise, and it sort of reminds me of that. But it's great because I make these meat crumbles with it. I'm going to do like the biscuits and gravy now. And I could add like seafood seasoning to it, which I have, and make it into a fish cake and fry it. Then all of a sudden it starts to feel and taste more like a fish than it does. But this is what I use for it. I'll just go like this. And again, it's like non-GMO, vegan, organic. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the ingredients. Oh my God, the camera's actually doing it. It's actually focusing. You can look it up online. All right, so that's what's in there. And then I got some oregano. And again, it's in recycle. That one's in glass. This was a #1 plastic that can be recycled, non-GMO and all that stuff. So I'm bringing that into this. Just a little bit on the chili powder mix. I'm trying to make it more like an Italian beef or something. So that's why I got the oregano and a little bit of olive oil in there. And that once that gets to where I need it to be, then I'll throw in the gravy. Remember, it's garlic, little parsley, olive oil, salt, and pepper. And I'll put the gravy all in there. Now, I'm not actually doing biscuits. I'm going to make my own with coconut flour and stuff because it'll come out buttery. But this is called a Torta Roll. And I'm heating it up. Let me see here. Yeah, it was frozen, so I got to heat it up and then cut it open. I tried it once before. It goes real well with this gravy and stuff. So from now on, though, I'm going to try to make my own biscuits. That way I don't have to buy a package of bread and waste it in the garbage or try to hold on to the plastic until somebody knows how to recycle it. Okay, so I'll tell you about my biscuits in a minute. So this roll is really nice and soft, and it kind of comes apart like a biscuit when it warms up. You can see. And it's a really good flavored roll. But I don't want to buy any plastic stuff that can't be recycled. I actually didn't buy bread for a while because of it. Now, this is the only flour I can find where it's non-GMO, organic, and comes in a #1 recycling container, coconut flour. I try so hard to find an all-purpose baking flour to go with it, but I'm going to do my best to make this flour and what's left over of my corn flour into some nice biscuits or anything that I need, bread or whatever, when I need something. So I just want to share that with you. It's called Better Body, and at least it's in a #1 recyclable. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7s they haven't took in my area in like 2 years. All right, so that's that. Okay, stick over here for now until I go to the other meal. So this is just a salad. Now, the only difference is my lettuce hasn't come up or anything. I ate my super red romaine already. I'm waiting on the other one. So it's store-bought organic or non-GMO lettuce. But there is, somewhere in here, there is radish greens that I took out today, non-GMO organic from my garden. I ate the radish, but the greens are in there. And boy, they were good. They were so tasty, the radish greens. Wow, man, they were like eating a good lettuce. It was really good. And then there's just some tomatoes. They're not organic, but they're washed in vinegar and water. And then I'll share this. I got this as a gift. Every once in a while, I get a free gift from my online food store, Thrive Market, and they give you a choice of gifts. I picked this one only because it came in glass and it could be recycled. All the other ones aren't recyclable. Even though there was a couple cool snacks or this or that, I just say, you know what? Like I told my dad, after what I awakened to and what I know, I can't go back and just be like, well, you know, it's just one more time or this or that. I got to do my best all the time to live what I know and what I experienced. It's really, really small, but you can go on. Oh, there it goes. So it doesn't, I don't think this thing labels itself as vegan, but it's vegan. There's nothing in there that would say otherwise. You would always get tipped off if it said natural flavors, then it might, but it doesn't. It's pretty good. It's a dressing. Normally, if you've ever seen a video, I eat my stuff plain, maybe a little salt or pepper or some fruit with the fruit juice that comes on the fruit, like if it's berries or strawberries or oranges. So that's going to be my green alkalining meal tonight. Now over here, this is going to be part of it. So I almost forgot what I was doing, so I cut the cucumber in half, which I shouldn't have, but I can still spread that on. So I call these cucumber boats. And I just took 2 avocados around. I would call these small to medium avocados. If you're not familiar with doing this kind of stuff, cut the avocado just off center, like down one side. Usually I only have to cut it one side. If you want, you can cut it all the way through, and then just peel it apart. It should almost automatically come apart. And then wash your stuff. I live in an apartment, so I can't, but I might toss these in the woods next door and see if they grow. That would be so awesome. I'll be picking avocados in the woods in a couple years, 2-3 years I think it takes. So anyway, I call it avocado spread. You can call it guacamole, call it whatever you want. I put some fresh tomatoes in there, some organic pepper and salt, and fresh cilantro, not from my garden. It's not ready yet, but it's an organic, non-GMO from the store. So pepper, salt, tomato, the cilantro, and the avocado was $2 a piece. That's what it was, or $2.50, $2 or $2.50 a piece. I think it was 2 this time. And they're not organic, but they're, like I said in the past, they're a protective shell and stuff. But you always got to be concerned that it could absorb something, pesticides and stuff. So do your best when you can. Now, what I wanted to share with you real quickly is this is going to get spread on here and put next to my salad. You can do this any way you want. As you see, I got a white bean chip here I bought from the store from Benito's. It's like the best chip you'll ever have. So I'm going to try to make my own, both black bean and white bean and pinto bean like they do. It's real easy as far as the ingredients and how to get it prepared. It's simple. The trick is here to get it nice and thin and bake it in the oven. That's the real question. I don't know. We'll see. But you can do this basil, you can do it rosemary, you can do it sage, you can do whatever flavor you want depending on what style, Italian or a Mexican style, or you want to add lime juice or lemon juice, or you want to put all different kinds of Asian type stuff to it. Whatever you want, you can do. I'm doing it this way with the cilantro because it's nice and fresh. Just a touch of salt, just a touch of pepper, and it goes really awesome on this. Now, let me share this with you. You can do this. You can do salsa and that on a chip. It's really good together at the same. Just get a little spoon, throw a little sauce on there too, and eat it. That's good. Now, hummus. I don't have any made, but do any kind of hummus or bean dip, whatever you want to call it. Again, you can do it simple like a typical hummus. You can do any spices. I've done the chili powder mix. I've done Italian style. I've done roasted red pepper hummus. I did all kinds of different ones, at least 5 different ones. They all came out great. And you can do them with chips. You can do them with raw veggies. You can do this over the hummus, which tastes really good. You can put salsa over the hummus, which tastes really good. Or you can do what I do. Sometimes I take this, put it on a boat, take another boat, do some hummus, take another boat, maybe do a hummus and that, maybe do a hummus and a salsa, and then make a variety of them. And you can do that on here. It's really awesome, and it's a great way because the cucumber is really crisp. That goes along with, you know, the mushiness of that. And you can make this as soft and mushy or as chunky as you want. All right, so, and then when you cut this open like that, if you have a really good avocado, you can scoop it 1 to 2 times with a spoon and throw it in the bowl. Just take a knife like this and just go like that a few times, and then mash it with the spoon, and it should be real easy as long as it's ripe enough. All right. All right, so I just put some of the gravy in there, and I'm going to heat it up on low. Looks good, huh? Now, it's not going to be 100% if you're thinking Southern biscuits and gravy, because I didn't make it that way. Theirs is basically white, a little thicker. They probably have loads of butter and milk or cream in it. You can still do it. You can get white beans and probably just use like coconut milk or a non-dairy milk, and whip the heck out of it after you process it. And then it's basically just probably salt and pepper. That's really it. It's really a simple thing. It's basically a lot of fat and stuff in that Southern gravy, and it's just salt and pepper. So if you want to do a traditional like that, don't use butter, don't use milk or cream. Use like coconut cream or non-dairy almond milk or something like that, and, you know, whip the heck out of it. You can even put a little bit of coconut oil because it will get it like a buttery flavor. You could probably even do that if you want. But this is going to be more gourmet style, as you can tell, and it's going to be awesome. So here, what did I do here? I don't have a spoon. Let me see here. Since I'm the only one here, I'm going to use the same spoon that I have. All right, so in here is, I cooked these earlier. The broth is from last night, and this won't stay like this. It will, when it heats up, these couscous will reorganize like atoms. They'll break apart and they'll be like, you know, singular. So what I did here, this is a great broth if you want. I made this a few times over the years. This is the first time I think it's going to be on YouTube because I lost my, what is that called? My hard drive. So anyway, you just get a whole pot of water. You cut down some parsley. You can use a lot of parsley. Cut it down small as you see like there. Do the carrots. I like to do the carrots like this. Like I peel them and then I cut them up like that. Okay, what else is in there? Green onions, a lot of green onions. So you got parsley, green onions. That's everything right there is non-GMO and organic that I just spoke of. And then salt and pepper, a little coconut oil. I'll show you what I use. If you're out of the States, you're not going to use it, but Thrive Market, this stuff right here. All right. It's got like a buttery flavor to it. So it's like an Asian style broth. And what else? The green onions, the parsley, the salt, the pepper, the olive oil, the carrots, the parsley, and was there anything else in there? I think that was it. And you just bring it to salt and pepper, of course. And you just bring it, and a little bit of celery. Not too much, but just a little bit of celery. And it has this nice, like, Asian-y type broth. It's almost what I call like an Asian chicken broth or something like that. It's not quite an American style tasting chicken broth. Oh, I forgot the main ingredient. But it has an Asian-y flair to it. It's really good. That's all I know. It's really good. You should try it. There's black pepper in there. And the main ingredient to get it to that Asian-y flavor is ginger powder. I've never tried it with ginger root where you just boil it. I do use ginger root in my drinks a lot and stuff, but I've never done that, and you could do it. But if you don't want, just get your ginger powder, yourself some ginger powder. Here's what I use. And just a little bit. You don't have to go crazy, just a little bit. It's not going to taste gingery. It just mixes with the onion and the parsley, and it comes out to this wonderful, wonderful, like Asian-type flair. You can put, Asian-type noodles in there. American-style pasta noodles in there. You can do rice. You can do what I do. I like the couscous. Now, why do I do couscous? It's because since I don't eat pasta anymore, because you can't find anything to recycle it in, and it's been probably 2-3 years, I do that couscous, which comes in a container like you saw with the coconut flour, #1 recyclable, and it works out perfect like that. So you can do whatever you want. You can do all three. You can do rice and couscous, and it would be like, that would be real good too, depending on what kind of rice you want to use. So I wanted to share that recipe because that is a really awesome broth. You can cut this up. You can cover this if you want, or put it in a little bowl. I'm probably just going to leave it. I've left it overnight like this, and it never really got bad. It didn't turn brown. Once in a while, it might turn brown. It might not. I'm not sure why it does and why it doesn't. But if it does, you don't have to eat the brown, or you can just remix it in and just peel it off the top if you want. I'm just going to put this in uncovered instead of wasting a Tupperware, because I've done it probably 10, 15 times over the years, and it didn't have no effect on it. It was still fresh. It still tasted good the next day, and I know I'll eat it in the next day anyway. You really should eat this stuff, covered or not, within like 2 days, 3 days tops. What I'm going to do tomorrow, unless I do it tonight, but I might do it tomorrow, is cut all this watermelon up, put it in a nice big pot with a cover, and I make smoothies out of them. I think I have it on YouTube already, but while I'm here, I'll just tell you, just cut all the watermelon up. If your blender can do the seeds, they call this a seedless watermelon, but there's always seeds in anyway. My blender, even my little tiny one, it takes all the seeds and turns them into dust, I guess, or liquefies them. So a watermelon smoothie, and then you put it in the freezer or the fridge and let it chill. It's great. You can touch it with a little bit of coconut cream or non-dairy milk. That's really awesome. Of course, I got to ground up my sunflower seeds and stuff. I'll tell you about that in a second. Ground up sunflower seeds, you put in it, not a lot, but just a little bit. And then I have a plant vitamin mix that I put in it, and that's awesome as well. And you can also do fresh mint, which goes really awesome with watermelon. So you can do it plain with mint, or with mint and the coconut cream, or just the coconut cream. It's really awesome. Now you see this is a bag, and you're like, wait, I thought you said you don't want to use bags as best you can. I don't, but there's a difference in this bag. I haven't tried it yet over the last 2 years, but I'm collecting them as I use them, and I only use this bag. You see where it says TerraCycle? Go on the line and check out TerraCycle and how they work. I've never used it, but it seems like it's a great idea. So anything that has TerraCycle on it, and this is one of the companies that does. The other one is a chip company that I use, and it's called Late July. So you got to have like a couple pounds, like 2 pounds or something like that, and you print out a label online, and then you ship it for free because they owe the label or something like that, and then they recycle it. You got to check out their whole program. So if I ever need a bag or two, it's only those two companies that I've ever seen. There might be other companies. I know there's other companies, but since I only eat 1 meal a day and I'm a vegan, I don't really use anything. So it just so happens that since I can't find sunflower seeds in a container that's plastic recyclable, I did find this, and it's TerraCycle, so that's really cool. And it looks to be a good company, and they have a really great website, so check them out. All right? And sunflower seeds are great in your smoothies. I grind them in here, just to let you know, in the little coffee grinder. That's where I do all my seeds and everything, that tiny little thing. Thanks, Mom. All right, so here's the cucumber boat. Kids might get a kick out of this too, if they like hummus or they like this. And it's really cool. It's just got such a nice, fresh flavor. Cucumbers are crisp and flavorful. And then the little inner mush is awesome. It goes well. So yeah, that's that. And this is like the alkaline part. So here's what I do. I'm vegan, non-GMO organic to the best of my ability. Grow my own food to the best of my ability. Which I just started last year. And recycle and buy only what I need. And don't buy anything that I don't need. 1 meal a day. And yeah, all that great stuff. So I tasted the gravy. It tastes pretty good. It's almost ready. And I think I am going to try. I'm going to try to go back and just eat as much raw as I can from now on. I try to do some recipes that are simple and easy for vegans and people who are trying to transition and stuff. But I really like to just do this kind of stuff or a wrap. I don't mind putting this in a wrap. I got my green grass juices. I got my plant protein meal replacements as well that I use. I just like this kind of stuff. I do like a meal once in a while, but sometimes I make it and I'm like, man, I don't even want it, or it's too heavy, or this or that. So I try to just do it, and I'm trying to think. I don't think there's too many recipes I can think of right now that I could give to other people and stuff. But if I do, I'll make them. If not, I'm going to just go back and eat like this. Let me just show you my indoor gardening so you can get an idea to help you out. All right, real briefly, 3 feet long, 16 inches deep, 6 feet high, 5 adjustable shelves, $63. Hyper Tough, Walmart online. That's with tax, $63. So I got potatoes, organic, non-GMO, golden. There's peppers in the back, red bell peppers. There's some, that might be a honeydew trying to grow down there. There's some dill on the bottom. And I'm doing this fast, and then there's flowers and sunflowers and everything. There's some tomatoes growing. Now I'll tell you real quickly with the tomatoes and the bell peppers. Roma, organic, non-GMO from the store last spring. Same thing with the red bell pepper. I ate them. I put the seeds down. I grew them, ate them, put the seeds down, grew them, ate them, and then here you go. They continue. All right? It's really cool. When you don't have white flies or aphids, it's really cool. Started with non-GMO organic strawberries, 2 different varieties. And I started with about 4 to 6 of them up here in my house, and they turned into 30. There's a little baby that I just clipped last night. It's on its own now. Yeah, so I went from that to 30. These are about the normal size of the berries, although every once in a while I get them about 2 to 3 times the size of that. So it's really cool, and they flower and then turn into a berry. Out in the balcony, I got a lot of different herbs and stuff out there that I'm doing. Lettuce is too warm for that now, but I got radishes. You can probably, that gray thing is a whole bunch of radishes. If you see green, it's the radish heads. There's blueberry bushes out there, like dwarf blueberries and raspberries. They're healthy and everything, but they haven't berried yet. They need a certain amount of chill hours, so you can do that as well. Lettuces, spinaches, everything. Oh, and the potatoes are from potatoes that sprouted, little golden ones. I didn't, seed. It's not like a seed. It's actually a potato. That's the actual seed. From the store, I bought them. I ate them. I held out a few until they sprouted, and I planted them. And just to let you know, they'll go out in the sun during the day. But I'm on a second floor apartment, and I have a balcony that faces the sun, and then I got this indoor stuff. So that just shows you can do this if you have an apartment. If you have a home, and you could turn your whole place into a farm. Okay, let's see if I can get them on camera. I had a whole bunch of them. I have no idea where they went. I didn't see dead ones anywhere. But I have baby manises that hatched back in the 3rd of May. And this guy is the only one left. I put the 3 big ones in here, or 4, and he's the only one I see. I don't know where they went. They can't get out of the house anywhere. So they're somewhere. I don't see them dead or anything anywhere, so I don't know what they're doing. But let's see if I can get them. It doesn't focus that well. Now, I'll tell you a quick story. See them on there? So the next rim over, you see all those dots that are moving? They're aphids flying, like walking around the outside. That's why they're in front of him too. So I had to pick him off the floor because every once in a while this man decides to go on the floor. And I put him on my finger, and he kept, sometimes he crawls right onto me like I'm his daddy, right? So I tried to put him over there, and I finally was just hovering my finger over. So hold on one second. I'm shaking this camera because I'm in a bad position. So if you can see the ones to the right, they're moving like right there. Oh, dang it, I scared. So right there. So I held him on my finger, and I want him just to sit on the ridge like he did last time and eat some aphids as they walk by because they're starting to try to take over my plant over here, my peppers. So he's hanging on the edge of my finger. He starts leaning his claws out, watching them go by, and while he's on my finger, he grabs one and starts eating it. It's so awesome. Anyway, so here's some more of the peppers. I had a few more, but they died because these aphids are, like, literally you clear them off with your hands. I try not to just kill and squish, but I just kind of like brush them all off, and if they can make it to the plant again, they can make it. If not, they get brushed off. But, man, I come back the next day, and they just seem like they appear out of nowhere. It's, like, really disturbing. So here's another good view of this guy. Look at him. All right, so these are all the pepper plants here, and I got some more out there. And then here's some more tomatoes and stuff. And then we got carrots, and we got celery, and social garlic. And these are, I had to restart them. These are Brussels sprouts, and a stray snapdragon. That's a flower. And then some more, they're eggplants. Oh, and remember, I'm on a second floor apartment, but they allowed me to do stuff on the grounds too. So everything you see here and even more, I have on the grounds down there. I had this one over by the window because of the sun during the day, but this is a cucumber. All right, so that's the snapdragon. Like I said in the other room, beautiful, huh? I got tons of them in the garden. They self-seeded from my balcony and fell all over the place, and they grew all over. People love them. White, yellow, this, that, orange and yellow, pure white, pure yellow, pink and orange, all kinds of things. It just popped up in the middle of my strawberries. So here's some strawberries, and here's how they baby. So it puts out that long vine, and then it babies like that. Sometimes it takes a while to get open and start rooting. Just check it with like scoot a little dirt aside, and then check it, and you can see if it starts rooting. I would suggest let them get about at least 2 roots an inch long before you cut it. You can let it go as long as you want to feel better, but I just like to cut them sooner, as you saw. Remember, I started out with 4 to 6, and now I got all these. There's tons of them. These two are different varieties. They're everlasting or ever-burying gobstopper type strawberries. And as you can see, I just harvested a week and a half ago and then last night, and they were like 2.5 times the size of these. These are like the leftover ones that it's doing. So that's really cool. And here's what they look like before they strawberry. And they smell really nice, those things. And this is a balloon flower that just popped up out of nowhere. What I found out, though, is when I clipped the balloon flowers from another pot, and I said I'm going to use the soil. I started digging up the soil, and I thought I had potatoes in there. So what the heck is this, a potato? It looks like a potato, just an odd shape. So it's a really strange thing. It almost grows like a potato, and it goes out and grows another like potato thing, and it roots itself. So when I clipped this and put strawberries in, it probably had one of those, and I didn't see it, and now it's growing a balloon flower, and that's why it's called a balloon flower. But it will open up, and it looks absolutely awesome. And then here's just some herbs, different kinds of herbs and everything, and then some more strawberries because they didn't have room for them, and some wildflowers. So you can do this in your house, in your garage, in your basement, and if you have a yard, ever better because you have tons of space. But like I said, this is no big deal. And they're red and blue-white spectrum. They're 2 feet long. Online, Walmart, $30 to $40. Normally, they're $50 to $55. They're about 3 inches high, 4 inches wide. Even though they look white, they're red and blue spectrum, and they're from start to finish. So from seed to fruit. And as you can see, everything works out really, really well. It grows perfectly. Everything grows great. And it's not that expensive. You can get different colors. Black, white, chrome. All right? So hopefully that gives you some inspiration to start doing your own. And I'll give you an idea. My blueberries haven't berried yet, and of course I would need a whole bunch of big blueberry bushes to do it, but I had to pass up blueberries yesterday because they wanted $11 for 18 ounces. You kidding me? $11? I don't even like to pay $8 when they're in the full bloom in the summer, in the store. So this is a great idea to do. You get 4 here, 3 there, 4 here, 4 there. Nice on your salad, nice in your smoothies, or for a dessert or something. All right? All right, so a long video, but hopefully that gives you some inspiration about diet, about meals, about saving money, growing your own food, veganism, buy what you only need, recycle, only buy what's recyclable, organic, non-GMO, all that kind of great stuff. And rocks and crystals and tumbling and cutting them and polishing them and going out in nature and all that kind of stuff. All right, let's prep this. This looks really good. All right, that looks good, huh? It tastes good, too. I like it because I've tasted the gravy already beforehand, and I do like it. And it is gourmet, but there's a part of me that's like, ooh, I kind of want regular biscuits and gravy now that I talked about it, and I said that, and it's just so simple, the gravy, and it's just a peppery gravy with the meat in it, the quote-unquote sausage. Anyway, let me take a cut out of this. I'm only going to eat one for now. And let me show you over here real quick. So this is basically a neutral to an acidic meal. The beans are probably acidic. Now, what do I mean real quickly here? Because my camera might go out. Think of a pool. It's crystal clean. You got it at 7.0 to 8 pH level. It's crystal clean. It goes to 6.9, 6.8, slightly cloudy. 6.7, 6.6, cloudy. Below 6.5, real cloudy. Below 6.3, 6.2, you're going to get like algae growth and all that. Well, our blood in our body is the same way. 7.45 homeostasis blood pH. That's your arterial blood, 7.45. Your whole body should flow like that. Of course, it's going to go up and down depending on stress, depending on what you eat, depending on your lifestyle. So let's just call that, because it is plant material and everything, but some of it's processed. That's alkaline. That's your crystal clean pool. You can cut that, and that stuff won't even go bad for days to weeks in the refrigerator. That's what a plant is. It's just filled with water. It's filled with nutrients. It's the sun. It's the air, and it's the minerals and the water. And we got to make our bodies like that. So this is the alkaline. So you want to be more alkaline. Like I said, you drink tons of water. I got my green grass juices, and I only eat one meal a day. So you want to stay as fresh and raw. Now, acid acidic is not like a fruit. Oh, stay away from fruit, it's acidic. No, no, no. It's after it digests in your body, it turns either to acid or acidic. Most fruits are very high alkalinity. All right, do some research on it. Let me pause this, cut a piece, and taste this. All right, let's see. That's good. Now, what I want to say, you can get different meat crumbles. You can probably make your own meat crumble. There's a couple good meat crumbles I remember from a few years ago, but they come in bags, so I can't buy them. But this is good. If you want to serve somebody a gourmet biscuits and gravy meal with a nice side salad, oh, here, I'll show you that again. Camera's doing good today. Then they'll like that. Really good. Now, you know what I could probably put on there? I'll probably leave it for now, but tomatoes, fresh tomatoes over that would be great. You might even want to put fresh avocado over that. All right? And next time I think I'm going to do it, try to do a traditional biscuits and gravy, and I'll make my own biscuits with the white gravy, and we'll see how it comes out. All right, thanks for watching the whole video. Hopefully, again, it inspires you on all levels. All right? The food prices, the outrageousness of this world today, it would do you good to really think about a lifestyle like that. Get to know who you are, where you came from, what you are beyond this human body, soul, consciousness, stuff like that. Really dig into the ancient world. It's so magnificent. The structures and everything are awesome. We need to kind of revive that and live like that. All right? Lots of love to you. Bye-bye.